happy January 1st. It's the first day of 2020 and a brand new decade. Probably not right now while you're watching this, but as I'm filming this, it's January 1st, a brand new, fresh start. And I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions because this year I want to do a whole lot more of what I love, which is more photo and more importantly, more video. Video is like, that's my thing, like that's my passion, that's what I want to do. So how do you do more of what you love? And those New Year's resolutions, it's kind of more like a wish list for a lot of people, myself included. I've in the past struggled with actually like making the things that I want become a reality. I want to talk about that today. But first, let's just shoot some super juicy, soft, snowy B-roll, shat we? We shat. So here's a few quick tips to make sure that your New Year's resolutions are more than just a wish list. Tip number one is just write everything down. Like if you don't write it down, you're gonna forget it. And studies have shown if you write something down, you're more likely to pursue it. Tip number two is to start changing your behavior, because if you're not doing new stuff, you're not gonna get new results, so it makes sense. For me, that's been getting out a lot more and just filming stuff. Even if I don't know what I'm filming for, I just am trying to get out every day and take photos and make videos. Tip number three is probably the most important out of all of them, and that is keep consistent for 90 days. It takes 90 days to see the fruits of any kind of new labor, and that's pretty much true for everything. So if you're not seeing results by the end of January, that's pretty much expected. Keep going, stay consistent, look for results after 3 months. Which brings us to tip number four. You should probably start your New Year's resolution and behavior changes and your new path in October, so that way by January 1st, you're hitting the new year with a resolution that you've already started, and January 1st is when you get to start seeing those results. But since it's not October, start looking for your results in March. Look for results in March for your January 1st New Year's resolution. Tip number five is to create a dream board, because if you're looking at the things that you're working towards every day, it's a lot easier to stay motivated. And tip number six, whatever your New Year's resolutions are and your goals are, make sure that they're realistic. I'm gonna have to change up my dream board a little bit. For me, this year, my New Year's resolutions were pretty simple. Number one was to live with a lot more purpose and direction towards happiness. I wanna make sure everything that I'm doing every day is gonna lead me towards a happier life. That was resolution number one. Resolution number two is to work every day on growing my web development business in a way that I can eventually completely remove myself from it in terms of the day-to-day operations. I want to hire a manager. I've got a few developers that I've hired that do amazing work, and I see the path to making it like a self-sustaining business where I don't have to be the one building it every day. That's New Year's resolution number two. And resolution number three is to work every day at growing a YouTube channel and also working more towards implementing photo and video as an offer for my web development business, which I want to expand into just like a full-fledged media company. Those are my three resolutions for the year. And I would love to hear in the comments below what your New Year's resolutions are and what you're doing to make it happen. So I get it. New Year's resolutions might be cheesy. It might be cliche, and maybe you're not about all that. But the reason I am is because what was once said by the famous banker J.P. Morgan is absolutely true. He said, the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. And that's what a New Year's resolution represents. It's the first step to getting to where you want to go. One other small distinction I think is worth making is, and this is just me, but I feel like goals are a little bit different than resolutions. And again, this is just my own philosophy. I feel like a goal is something that you kind of work towards, but there's a lot of factors involved in achieving a goal that aren't necessarily in your control. But a resolution is something that 100% is So if your resolution is to get up at 5 a.m. every single morning in 2020 so that you can have time to work out, that's totally on you. Like, you can do it. It's your decision. But if you've got a goal to make a certain amount of money for the year and buy yourself an Audi R8, which that's one of my goals. I know it's silly. That's one of my many goals for this year. But the thing is, like, I 100% realize that there are factors that play into achieving that goal that aren't necessarily in my control. Like, business could be super slow this year, even though I'm doing my best work ever. Just a little thing to keep in mind. Your New Year's resolutions should be something that are 100% within your control, but your goals, it's smart to tie your goals into those resolutions because you're gonna be doing them anyway, so you might as well. Am I making sense? Maybe not. All right, that was all right. Today was good. It went exactly how I wanted it. It was perfect. Because growing up, my mom was super superstitious about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. She said, whatever you find yourself doing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is what you're gonna wind up doing the entire rest of the year. So I'm not a superstitious person, but I'm superstitious about that. I'm always really careful with how I spend my time on those 2 days, and today just went perfect. I got to go out and create a vlog, got to edit that vlog, I got to shoot a bunch of awesome stuff for Vuku. Check this out. Things are turning out really well. I actually started a lot of this stuff back in October, so I'm kind of in a rhythm now, and I'm really excited with where 2020 looks like it's going to lead. So I'm also really excited to see your smiling face here. I'm really excited about this channel, so hit that subscribe button because things are about to get really exciting very quickly. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. I hope you found plenty of time this week to kind of jot down your New Year's resolutions and think about how you're gonna get stuff done in 2020. It's a clean slate. Anything can happen this year. It's a brand new decade. Time flies. And today has flown by. Thanks for joining me. It was awesome to see your smiling face here. Leave me a comment below and tell me what your New Year's resolution is. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.